Hello, I'm Greg Hartjes, Superintendent for the Appleton Area School District. Thank you for joining me for this 11th and final referendum informational video. The focus of today's video is going to be the cost impact the two referendum questions will have if they pass on November 8th. And so for the last year, we've been estimating that the increase to a taxpayer's annual property taxes would be $39 on $100,000 of their home's value. Now that number was based on information that we get from the state every October. So we were using information from October of 2021 over the past year. But last week we were provided with updated information for the fall of 2022, and we redid the calculation. The cost to our taxpayers is only going to be $4 on $100,000 of property. So that's good news for all of us as taxpayers. Now let me explain a little bit further how that occurred. So this was our tax rate last year, $7.66. And it's calculated by taking the portion of our taxes that comes from local property taxes. And so that's called our levy. And so our tax levy has several factors that go into that number. And then that gets divided across all the property in our district. And so when we did that division, you get $7.66. So what we had been doing for the last year is we had been projecting a positive 2 referendum questions, which would add to the numerator here, and then redividing it to give us $8.05. So an increase of 39 cents on the tax rate, which would be $39 on $100,000 of property. But last week when we were provided with the new information from the state, you can see that, again, our numerator did increase, and there's several factors that went into it. The cost of vouchers went up. We have our referendum positive votes causing this to go up. But then we were able to subtract money from it due to getting more state aid. And then we also have referendum debt from 2014 and 2005 that's falling off this year. So that dollar amount can go towards the new debt. So ultimately, all of that is in this numerator. Then the denominator shows an increase from last year as well. And we're just calculating in the increase based on new construction. So a very strong year of growth in terms of new houses and new apartments and new commercial properties being built across our district means that our tax levy gets spread across more property values, more property owners. And when we put that all together, we get a rate of $7.70. So you can see it's only an increase of 4 cents on the tax rate, or $4 on $100,000 of property. So what does that mean for a taxpayer? Exactly like it sounds. If you have a property valued at $100,000, you'll see an increase of $4 in this year. If you have property valued at $300,000, your increase will be $12. Increase would be $20 on $500,000 of property. So a very affordable rate based on all the new calculations. Now, I want to review quickly what are we asking for from our community. Well, there's 2 questions. The first is a capital referendum question. It has 4 parts. We want to build a new elementary school in the north part of our district. We want to build additions and make some renovations at our middle school so we can move 6th grade to the middle school. And then we need to update many of our older schools or our middle schools. We want to remodel our elementary schools to put STEM spaces in each elementary school, and then we have addition projects at each of our high schools. So altogether, that's $129.8 million, which would be paid back over 20 years or earlier if possible. The second question is an operational question. It would provide staffing for our STEM classes that we want to run at elementary and middle school. So every student in grades kindergarten through 8th grade would have STEM classes. And so that cost is $1.2 million. We want to reduce class sizes at our elementary level in kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. So currently we staff at 25 students to 1 teacher. We want to reduce that to 20 to 1 to really be able to build those foundational literacy skills that are so important to our students. And then finally, the last $1.6 million is to operate the new spaces. So there's a little bit of staffing that would be needed, but then there's utilities, maintenance, and cleaning on approximately 300,000 square feet that would be added across our district. And that would be the $5 million question. So again, if both questions pass, taxpayers would see an increase of $4 on every $100,000 of property that they own. Hope this was helpful. If you have other questions about our referendum, please access our website where we have several other videos explaining all the different pieces in more detail. Thanks for your time, and please don't forget to vote on November 8th.